Hello and welcome to O'Connor's Clinic Members Minute. This is Michelle Hamburger and I am here with Dr. Connors. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the genetic reviews that a couple months ago we began to institute for non-patients. As the years have gone on and we've offered genetic reviews for our patients, we've had more and more feedback from people going, wow, this is something that I'd love my mother to do or my husband to do, or, would this be something valuable since I know what my genetics are and where I have these major defects? Would this be something valuable for my kids to do while they're still healthy? And so after a lot of deliberation, we began to institute them. And so now we would like to provide you with an explanation of why we think genetic reviews for non-cancer patients is just so valuable. So Dr. Connors, I'll let you take it from here.
Well, it's the reason why a genetic review for a non-cancer patient is valuable because you can help prevent disease, understanding your genetics. It could give us some motivation to eat differently, to live differently, to support pathways that have issues. So let's just give you, I have a slide on what we look at when we look at genetics. Like this is just one gene family in about 65 pages of gene families that we look at when we look at somebody's genetics. This is the NRF2 pathway. This is a antioxidative pathway to help with detoxification pathways. And you can see all the genes that are in this family here of genes, and the ones that are blank here after this is one gene right here, and that's blank after that means that there's no defect. So these two have no defects. This has a double allele defect, which is as bad as you can get. You're either going to have a single allele defect, a double allele defect, or no defect at all. And that's what we want typically, is to not have a defect in these gene pathways. When I have a single allele gene defect, the thought is that gene is not going to work as well. Double allele defect, you're definitely going to have some issues with that gene pathway, because all these genes do is make enzymes basically for certain metabolic functions to take place, and when I have defects in that pathway, that's not going to take place as well. So in this case scenario, this person with a lot of defects in these detox pathways here are going to have a more difficult time detoxing things, and then knowing that prior to any disease process taking place, you can make appropriate lifestyle changes to help possibly prevent or push out disease processes later in the future. Knowing that I have detox pathway defects, I might be more, it might be a more appropriate lifestyle choice to stay away from a higher amount of chemicals in my food and chemicals in my home. Yeah, are these good things for everybody to do? Yes, but this could give us motivation on why I want to do such things. And this is just one of the multiple gene families that we look at when we do a genetic profile. So it could give us reasons to do different things, maybe reasons to support, maybe reason why I should be taking a certain vitamin, maybe a reason why I should stay away from a certain food to help prevent disease in the future, and that's what we want. So it's it's hard when you're a doctor and you're basically treating sick people. Wouldn't it be nice to treat healthy people so that they don't get sick, so that they don't have to need a doctor? I mean, that's the whole idea when you look at a person's genes. I know that environment plays a bigger role than your genes do, but environment plays a bigger role because of your genes. So knowing that defects that you have, you can make environmental changes so that you don't end up with certain disease processes, and you can stay out of the doctor's office. So it's invaluable for someone as young as long as they can spit into a tube and collect a sample. That's when you really should start by looking at their genes and looking at things that you could support them with.
So a genetic review would really be an ultimate form of preventative medication, not medicine, but just a preventative look at what they can do.
And that is a great preventative medicine approach to help keep people out of the doctor's office, and that's why we want to do it.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye.